beauties, this is Sam from Instant Beauty. So in today's video, I wanted to give you my 5 worst mistakes that you can make when you're wearing clip-in extensions. So for the first mistake, and like number 1 by far worst thing you can do with extensions, clip-in extensions, is to sleep with them. So in other videos I've mentioned this like 100 times at least, but you know, seriously, biggest boo-boo you can make, because you will end up damaging your hair, giving yourself bald spots, breaking your hair. Sleeping with clip-ins is a bad idea, so always be sure to remove them and give your hair a nice brush afterwards, just to you know, comb out any tangles if you have any, just so that you can avoid damage to your own hair, and you know, comb your extensions out and put them away safely, so then that way you can wear them again the next day or the next time you want to wear them and they're ready to go. The next mistake that I would say is a big one is when you're applying your extensions, you know, putting them in the wrong spot, but specifically placing them up too high. A lot of people like to do this because you know, they feel like they get the volume, and yes, it's true, but if your hair is pretty thin or on the thinner side, or even a little bit greasy, as I'm sure some of you like, you know, can relate to, if you put them too high, you can see the clips. And that's like the biggest mistake, one of the bigger mistakes you can make, because it's obvious to people. Like maybe you think when you leave the house they look great, but then as soon as you leave, you know, a little bit of wind blows or something, and boom, you can see your extensions. So that's definitely one of my top 5. It's number 2 actually on the list. The next mistake would be not clipping them in securely enough. Now, as we all, I'm sure, have experienced, putting clip-ins in can be a little bit tricky, especially if you're not used to it. But when you're putting them in without grabbing enough of your own hair so the teeth can, you know, have something to hold on to, or even if teasing it a little bit so that the teeth really can stick securely, people don't do that. Sometimes they'll put them in, not even pay attention, not really grab enough hair, and then, you know, halfway through your event or through your day, if you're wearing them on a daily basis, you'll notice that they come loose, they poke up, they slide down. Anyways, that's you know, not ideal, obviously. So I would say that would be one of the bigger mistakes people can make with wearing clip-in extensions. So always be sure to put them in securely so they feel comfortable, but also so that they stay in for, you know, the duration of when you need them for. The next mistake that people make would be, after you remove them, to just like throw them in your purse, or, you know, a lot of times I'll have clients hand me their extensions that they want me to fix up for them because they've basically like literally put them in their purse, or you know, in a bag or something, but all, you know, tangled up and just like throwing them in there. That, I mean, that's gonna really ruin the life of your extensions. Like, you're not, every time you have to comb out a tangly mess, you're gonna like end up breaking some extensions off, or, you know, it's just gonna make them look really ratty and dry. So, you know, you definitely want to take care of them when you remove them, and like I was saying earlier, comb them out and put them away, so then that way, you know, you actually get enough wear out of them and get your money's worth. So the last biggest mistake people make with clip-ins is not getting them cut, like, or blended into their hair. So, you know, sometimes you can order extensions like 20-inch length and your natural hair is up to your chin. So, I mean, that is a huge length difference from here to like your stomach. So, it might look fake if you don't cut them or blend them, or if, you know, if the color's off a little bit, you should get them professionally dyed, just so that it matches beautifully with your own hair and they don't look fake. Because I would say looking fake is one of the mistakes you can make when wearing clip-ins. There's no point. It just looks kind of tacky, and it's a simple fix. If you just kind of get them cut a little bit, you can try doing it yourself. I actually have a video on that, although I wouldn't recommend it if you're not comfortable with doing it, because you can ruin them and then, you know, you lose all your money. So I would definitely suggest, you know, getting them cut to blend and making sure you style them correctly so that it blends beautifully, and you will not make any mistakes with wearing clip-in extensions if you follow all those tips. That's it for this video, guys. Hope you have a great one, and we'll see you soon. Bye.